On a summer morning in 2017, paramedics rushed to 142 Elm Street after a frantic 911 call. Martha Green, a soft-spoken, gray-haired widow, said her husband wasn't breathing. They found Walter Green, 64, slumped over the kitchen table, a cup of tea still steaming beside him. "It just happened so fast," Martha sobbed. "He said he felt dizzy, then he was gone." At first it looked like another heart attack, tragic but ordinary, until toxicology results told a different story. That single cup of tea would unravel 2 decades of buried secrets and expose the woman Fairview once called the kindest soul on Elm Street. Fairview, Ohio, a postcard town where neighbors still waved across fences and everyone knew each other's business, or at least they thought they did. Martha Green was 58, a retired nurse known for her calm demeanor and devotion to community service. She volunteered at the church, baked for fundraisers, and tended a rose garden that neighbors admired every spring. Her life on the surface was filled with tragedy. 2001, her first husband, Henry, died suddenly of a heart complication. 2008, her second husband, George, passed away in his sleep from a supposed stroke. 2017, her third husband, Walter, died under what she claimed were similar circumstances. 3 husbands, 3 sudden deaths, and one grieving widow who always seemed to move on quietly, never asking for sympathy, never raising suspicion, until Walter. Detective Laura Kendrick, a 46-year veteran of the Fairview Police Department, was the first to notice something strange at the scene. The kitchen looked too perfect. No overturned chair, no mess, just Walter's body and that delicate porcelain cup tipped over on the table. The medical examiner found digitalis, a plant-derived heart medication, in Walter's system. In high doses, it stops the heart. The problem? Walter wasn't prescribed digitalis. When police asked Martha about it, her voice was calm. "He wasn't feeling well. I must have mixed up his pills. I'd never hurt him," but Kendrick didn't buy it. She'd seen grief before. This wasn't it. This was composure, controlled, practiced. A deeper look into Martha's life revealed chilling patterns. Investigators reopened the files on Henry and George's deaths. Both had been written off as natural, but when the bodies were exhumed, toxicology tests revealed the same compound, digitalis, in their systems. 3 men, 3 identical causes. Police also discovered unmarked prescription bottles in her garage, some labeled with her name, others with fake identities. When questioned, Martha explained, "I used to be a nurse. I kept leftover medications for my plants. It helps them grow." Her explanation didn't hold up. The pharmacy records showed none of the prescriptions matched her medical history. Meanwhile, neighbors began to speak up. One recalled, "She always made her husband's tea before bed, said it helped them sleep." Another remembered, "She used to say men just don't live long around her." At the time, everyone laughed. Now no one was laughing. To understand Martha Green, investigators dug into her past. Born in 1959, she grew up in a strict home where affection was scarce. Her mother was domineering and her father emotionally distant. From an early age, she learned to control her environment by being helpful, reliable, and quiet. In nursing school, Martha was known for her precision and her emotional detachment. A former classmate once recalled, she could comfort a dying patient without blinking. It was eerie experts later suggested she suffered from a pathological caregiver complex, a psychological condition where an individual gains emotional satisfaction by controlling those under their care. For Martha, love and control blurred until they became indistinguishable. Her motive wasn't financial. She gained little from her husband's deaths. It was emotional dominance, the power to decide when their suffering ended and when her peace began. Just as prosecutors began building their case, a mysterious letter arrived at the Fairview Police Department. Inside was a single line, "She's not finished." Attached was a recent photograph. Martha, volunteering at a local nursing home, smiling as she poured tea for an elderly man. Investigators rushed to the facility and discovered multiple patients had recently fallen ill with unexplained heart symptoms. When confronted, Martha didn't deny being there. She only said, "I was helping. They liked my tea. That was enough for a warrant." In 2019, Martha Green stood trial for the murders of Henry, George, and Walter Green, three husbands whose lives ended the same way. The prosecution presented forensic evidence, pharmacy records, and testimony from medical experts. The defense argued accidental overdoses and coincidental health conditions, but the jury didn't need long. After 5 hours of deliberation, Martha was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. When the judge read the verdict, she turned to the court and said softly, "They all died peacefully. That's all I ever wanted today." Her home on Elm Street sits empty. The rose bushes still bloom each spring, red, full, and flawless. Some say the flowers grow best in her garden because of what lies beneath. In Fairview, Ohio, a community learned that evil doesn't always come with violence or rage. Sometimes it comes with kindness, a gentle voice, and a cup of tea. This was the story of Martha Green, the widow next door.